Hello everybody, it's Joseph, or J Took, with Moonlit Moth Creations, and I had received a request, well, a few requests actually, for people wanting to know about this bag that I made here in a little bit more detail, and some of the methods that I used, since it didn't really have a pattern because it was something that I put together out of my own head. So I just thought I would do a real quick video here and sort of go over some little details about its construction. And it's super simple, super easy. Basically, you just start with granny squares, which, you know, you can use whatever style of granny that you really want. There's almost endless amounts of granny square patterns and things, but I found that the more solid seems to work really well for this, because you have fewer holes, especially if you're making it into a bag and you aren't particularly keen on adding a liner to it, which you could totally do. If you wanted to add a liner, you could easily stitch that in there, and then you'd be able to use whatever type of granny stitch you really wanted. But you really just start, like I said, with the granny squares, and all I did is I just kept going until it was the size that I wanted, and then you just do an envelope fold. So, you know, like your corners come in like this, and then up from the bottom, and see how it makes like the little envelope pouch there, and you just stitch those edges up. And that's what I did. I used a mattress stitch here and stitched, and then I brought it down, stitched across the side, pulled everything tight, and then I left, you know, obviously the top just open so that it makes the inside of the bag, and then you're able to just fold your top over, and you can have it kind of end there if you just want to stitch your button fastener, say, directly onto the base of this top corner. You could totally do that, put your button up a little higher if you wanted to go even simpler. But what I did here is I just took around this flap and I added a virus stitch pattern. And all I did here, it was super simple, is I knew that I would start and I would have a single crochet here on my counting. This is just on the counting. I knew that I would have a single crochet right here in the very tip of that V of the granny square. So what I did, I knew that I would need to come over 6 doubles. So I counted over and kept track there, and I knew that I would want 3 sets of 4 chains. So what I did here, that probably not the best descriptor, but I knew that I would have a single there, and I knew that I would skip 3 stitches, 3 doubles, and there would be another one, and then I would need 3 more, and then there, 3 more, and then at the very last one, to get your final large scallop, you need 6 again. So I knew and I counted out. So I thought that it worked well. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I thought that it worked really well because it gave me 2 full scallops on each side. And then whenever you have the 2 scallops on the V here, it does make one nice, really continual scallop. So that was what I did there. Super simple. You can see any tutorial on any virus shawl or virus blanket, anything, and that stitch style is exactly what this is here. And then what I did is I just took and I chained some stitches here, and I just separately I did a chain, I joined them with a slip stitch, and then I really just kind of almost haphazardly secured them to the kind of the center join point of the virus scallops. And where that fell, I looked at where that fell on the bag, and I just knew the button would need to go here. So I just used my darning or crochet sewing needles, and I just sewed the button on there, made sure that it was really secure. And then the next thing that finishes it up was the strap. And you can technically use, there's a ton of tutorials out there on various different bag straps and cords and things like that. But what I chose here, because I had seen a tutorial, and I will post the link to the tutorial for this chain in the description. But this is just a Romanian cord. It's a very, very simple thing to follow. The stitch pattern is just really fun, and it goes really quick. So that was really it, and I just fastened it in here. I wove it, turn it where I can get it here. I just put the ends of the cord through and wove it into a couple stitches, and then again I just used that same stitching needle and secured these buttons to the ends of the cord, just as an extra little stopper there to secure that in place so it didn't slip out or come loose. So you can choose whatever style button you really like. And I would ultimately like to do a written pattern for this, or make another one and post like an actual video tutorial on this, just to kind of get accustomed to working with patterns and doing those things. But I'm not quite there yet, so I hope that this video did kind of shed a little light on it and give you at least some idea of a little bit more detail on this pattern. Like I said, super simple. It works up really quick. You could probably work it up in an evening. It's a really fast, depending on your speed, the speed and the time you have, but really, really easy. Thank you guys. I have more content planned and coming. I just wanted to kind of toss this one out there because I did receive those requests, like I said, on a little bit more detail on this bag. So I will talk to you all later, and thanks for stopping by.